You really want a robot for a friend?
Yeah, ever since I was 6.
I was going over the old designs of the intake manifold, and I realized that it was starting to get more complex without adding any real value. I was cleaning my shed out the other day, and I found an old supercharger off a 3.8 Buick. And I made a scan of it, as you can see here, and I mocked it up. As you can see here, I'm starting to struggle with injector boss placement. I think I'll have to put a spacer on there to give it enough room that I can put the injector bosses there and have a fuel rail mount. Maybe even a heat exchanger below it. This is the beginning of the intake manifold. I cut it up into 6 pieces and printed it out of PLA. Well, there's round 1. It's made in 6 pieces, PLA, CF. You can see I got some stuff I got to fix on it. This is too tight here in the back, but it looks like my bolt holes line up pretty well. And this is really, really rough. You can see my thermostat housing isn't big enough. The front flange, or the thickness right here on the top deck, is not thick enough. That's one of the major problems. You can see here in the center it didn't print out well because the texture is different because of how I set the pieces on the plate in the slicer and Orca slicer. And that's what it looks like on there. The bolt holes are kind of close, and I'm gonna have to do some work to get some injector bosses in there. And I think in this back, you see how close it is to the firewall. I think I could just 3D print an elbow that'll bring it out, or over to here, so I can just use the stock airbox, little stock air filter there. You see the pulley lines up pretty well, right there. There used to be an idler that goes right here. So I think if I just thicken up this top deck, this one right here, thicken it up, and I can move that thermostat housing up, so that'll give it more room there, but it'll move this pulley up so I can put this idler back on here, and then I'll have an extra pulley in there. It looks pretty good. Not bad for round 1. As you can see, it's pretty decent. I gotta modify this rear in my design, and if you notice, the distributor hole is covered by the supercharger. It means I'm gonna have to run a distributor drive. Just a regular old cam position sensor back there, one of those little shorties. But if you're wondering what's the point in all this, you know, save some money, build something cool, and then this is an SL500. It needs a blower too.